3,500 year BC, zero was invented by Aryabhata. Now you can see what zero importance is. It has no meaning if it is on the left side. You talk of zero waiting time, zero infection rate is very costly to achieve. Is it really required to be achieved that way? Etc. You put it on the right side of the figure up to infinity, it has different meaning altogether. So it is really, we have to look back that what it is. General Jagtar has joined some of our programs, and I will say when you talk about innovation, you have to think of ideathon, hackathon, incubator, etc. We have conducted ideathon, we have done the hackathon for Ministry of Education AICTE, where Prime Minister was on the air for 1 hour. Prime Minister has launched an ASEAN, Southeast Asia hackathon, which we had conducted. Again, Prime Minister was there almost for 2 hours. So you would find that these are the things which we have to also understand. And I, since President is here, I volunteer that we can do so along with the AHA members so they understand what is the hackathon, ideathon, etc. Please remember, all of us, we think that startups, incubators, and also the innovations, it's so easy. And the youngsters, they look at it, what really they become billionaire overnight. That is not true. It is only 15% successful and 85% or 80% who are failure. So we must study. I always teach when I teach in IIMs and other places that XLRI. I always teach failure stories so that you understand what is the really we missed, how we can become success story. Today there was a big two-page ad on the Times of India by Delhi government. Now they want to bring up the innovations. Now, if you really go, if we take the technology part, what we really is that ultimately by innovation we have to reduce the cost, yet keep the quality and take help of the technology. Today, more than 1 lakh apps have developed, and they are there on your smartphones. And ultimately, you would find day in day out many of these things are coming up. It is technology will make you leap through. It is if you make broadband, which is 10% of your population, your GDP increases by 1.38%. That is what is one thing which has been recently researched and done so. So we would really require, we are still in the stage when we are on the bullock cart and also landing on the moon. Let's see what all these terminology are, then I'll take you to the higher platform. Next, please. Ultimately, the word improvisation is the one thing which has come from the armed forces. That means process of devising a solution to a requirement by making do despite absence of resource that might be expected to produce a solution. I'll not be reading through the slides, I will only be explaining the slides. So you would find improvisation means you have basics and yet you achieve a solution. It is something when it was used, a stretcher was made in the armed forces to pick up the patient. It is the splint is not there, so rifle was tied up with the leg or something and ultimately worked as a. So this is called improvisation, and this is not ultimately a innovation. It is something which is not there, and you make makeshift arrangement. Jugaad is very word which everybody talks about it. Even it has become famous in professors abroad. They talk to me and they talk about jugaad. Jugaad is not innovation. Some professors are very allergic to say, uh, but it is the Indian word. How the word jugaad came? When the diesel water pump engines were used in Punjab and electricity came, these engine pumps became useless. And ultimately, somebody said, They can't be sold. What should be done? So he puts a steering, he puts a small gear, he puts four wheels, and ultimately loads this particular concoction, and it is called jugaad. There's no security in this, there's no safety in this, but it's simple workaround, and this is that means a innovative fix or a simple workaround which has been added, and that is what the word initially jugaad came. That means something you're doing it, but mind you, this is not an innovation. Next, please. This may be taken that the jugaad can take to the next step of innovation. Innovation is the process, an idea into a good or service that create a value which customer will like to pay. Incidentally, innovation and inventions are two things. Even in IT Delhi, nobody could tell me what it is. Invention is a scientific or technical idea, and that means which can accomplish something and which is a noble idea. It will be an idea which can be patented. So, invention, to give you one example, steam engine, when first time it came, it was invention. Well, when steam engine to the diesel engine and then the electric engine, they were all innovation. They were not invention. So please remember, invention happens once a while. Innovations have every second day, third day, and every little child can do this innovation. In fact, there are many, many children who are doing these innovations. And that is what we pick it up in Ideathon and Hackathon, which is even Government of India is giving a lot of prize. Now the Delhi government has declared it. So those who have idea can try, and this is a good method of making something on the for the community's benefit. Next, please. Now, what are the types of innovation? Frugal innovation is the one which is for the necessity. A underdeveloped country, you require many things, and they do something, and that is called frugal innovation. Many such frugal innovation, they go in a Western world and fetch a good price. I was there in Columbia University, where big incubator. They have tied up with IIT Delhi. I was talking to the professor, and their cubicles and their children and the people who are working day and night, and they are trying that their idea can be converted into some kind of innovation for the benefit of the people. And they also pick up something which is from the India, being a developing country. That's a frugal innovation. This reverse innovation, Govindacharya has written about reverse innovation. He's a US citizen. He has written a book on that. And reverse innovation means something which we have done. It goes to the Western world. They further refine it. They further do good. And they again come back to India with much higher price. That means a refined version innovation which goes from India at a cheaper cost comes back to you onto a higher price. Disruptive innovation. That means you have disrupt the market. You have brought something which is really now have taken a different shape. You can see many such things in the medical field. It is thermometer from the mercury to the digital to other things, blood pressure, and whosoever comes first, he wins the market. So they disrupt the totally. Now, what is disruption is likely to happen in automobile, as you say, the battery cars and the green fuel cars, etc. They will disrupt, and you will find the old diesel cars will be put onto the platform to just crushed. And that is what the new policy is. Innovations. India is known for its innovation, though it is 46th in the innovation index. It is something which India has brought out. It is respected because they bring a lot of innovation which comes as a reverse innovations to us. And that is the name is called innovation. Now, the innovation, when this was adopted, this particular word, China has said, why not? We do many and our index is better. As usual, it should be Chinovation. Well, I don't know really it is accepted or not such accepted. Innovation excellence, I will explain to you that this is the model which I had adopted in my book, and I have devised. Innovation excellence is top management commitment to innovation. They set objective, they develop innovative strategy, they identify breakthrough ideas, they create innovative team, they have collaborative approach, they scale up to in they scale up to innovate, and they are first to be in the market. That is what make them a disruptive. So this is called innovation excellence. Next, please. I have already, for the benefit of the people who I have already spoken about it. Now these are the definitions you can read yourself and ultimately take them. So I'll skip quickly one by one these slides. Next. Reverse innovation, I have already said so. The disruptive innovation, I have already explained. You can read it at your leisure time. Next. Innovation, I have already written that it was adopted. The term was coined in 2009 by Navi Raju, an executive director for the global business in Judge Business School, University of Cambridge. So it is the already adopted, and it is our privilege probably. Next. Yeah, this is a model which has been made in my book and it has been picked it up from there. I've already explained to you that what it is: setting objective, develop innovative strategy, may identify breakthrough idea, create innovation, innovative team, collaborative approach, scale up, innovate. This is what an organization should adopt, and all ingredients what we have talked should be brought in, and that is what it will be: innovation excellence. It will be, and if you reach first in the market, which is different, then you are the winner. Next. Now, if you really go through that, how it is, industrial revolution is very interesting. First revolution came in 1765 when steam engine or mechanical force has come in. Second revolution came almost after 100 years, 1870, where electricity, gas, and oil were providing energy, and they started pushing these various kinds of from steam engine to mechanic. It took 100 odd years. Third revolution came, that was again almost 100 years later, where nuclear energy came and IT came in the being. Now the things are getting faster. Now, if you really see, the fourth revolution is the digital revolution. So that means is almost 50 odd years later, 49, 50 years later, digital innovations that come from 100 to the 50 odd years. So this is something which you would really see, that these industrial revolution has a linkages with the innovations. Innovations, please also Google through. There is something called Generation X, which I am from Generation X. The younger lot is Generation Y. This is the one is now those who are in 20s and 30 years, and the Generation Z, and that is the one which is the younger lot. Now they have very great characteristic, and that has got a relationship with innovation. Generation X is the one who are very discipline oriented, a life which is set, and they don't want to tinker about and try. What is happening, they appreciate, and then nothing much. Generation Y is the one which are looking for change, and they think one should practice change, and it's not what our forefathers have said is the gospel truth, but we can think. Generation Z is totally, entirely, absolutely different. They will like to try something new. They will try to do something, right from the other social custom to the living relationship, two members, the one who are earning, and they are always in a hurry. They want to achieve so much. They want to have, and they don't mind uh, what is today. They have a disposable income. They also have disposable relationship. So the innovations are more, and obviously not so much in X generation, not a little bit started in Y generation, and quite a bit in Z generation, because they are always in a hurry to do it. They are somebody's headset, they are hurry, they are the one who are taking a sandwich and eating en route while driving, and on the red light, somebody been putting the lipstick to go to the office. So they are entirely time related and also something very, very different people. So the innovations are more in this particular. Next, please. More on to this particular thing. Next. Next slide. Yeah. Now, if you really see, the technology in healthcare is the one which has really helped us to innovate further. And what are the technologies? I'll not go into much onto all those details. It is the digital healthcare. You know that National Digital Health Mission has come. We have got we have e-health, and that is what we are practicing during COVID days. So that is the one. Mobile health. You find I have already told that there now mobile can do everything, and you have a lot of data available in mobile health, and IoT, Internet of Things, and we have sensor, GIS, big data, artificial intelligence, and cyber security. I'd like to explain to you two things in the last. Let us really think of, it is not that the we have thought of. Let us think of out of box. You would find earlier days when you take blood, you will find somebody will go to the lab, collect, how hassle it is. Now somebody can come, collect your thing, and your result available in the evening on your net. There are a lot of innovations which have been done by all this in Arvind Eye Hospital. There is also uh, Professor Prahlad is no more. He's written a book called Bottom of Pyramid. He also talks out of box. What is the bottom of pyramid? How they can be helped? And ultimately, it is the innovations in every place and everywhere we can think of. When you talk of an artificial intelligence, very again another buzzword which people are using it, I give you a very simple example. Uh, you have thousands and millions of X-rays. So people have collected that what is the normal image of an X-ray, and you use the technology to weed out. If you put somebody's X-ray and he says it is the normal X-ray, so during survey or when you have so many X-rays, you can weed out these normal X-rays. Those which are got something, say 5%, 10%, which have certain clinical finding, they will be then seen by radiologist, and he will give his diagnosis on that particular radiology person. And that is how you lighten your work, and you also confirm and reconfirm uh, by using technology, and that's artificial intelligence. When we did our conference last time, of course, face recognition without permission is not allowed. Not in India, but definitely not allowed into the certain states of the US. So what we did was, moment somebody entered in the conference, his face was taken up, and in the evening, the whatever speaker wanted his photograph, they were all available in his mailbox, because artificial intelligence has selected those photos where this person's person's face was there, which used to take days together. So you have artificial intelligence in the clinical data, into the cancer cases, into the tubercular or lung cases, etc. Now, the cyber security is another one when you have very big data and there will be hackers. And you would find when in one of the conference I told, and this is what I have written in my book also, Vice President Dick Cheney in October 2013, he had a pacemaker. And Dick Cheney was supposed to address something. And Al Qaeda had planned to disable, because it had a wireless case, so to disable his pacemaker. If that happened, Vice President of US would have been dropped dead. And this came to know well in time, and they have disabled the wireless part of the pacemaker. And the Al Qaeda could not do what they wanted to do. So there are now cybersecurity is a big one, because the cybersecurity in health sector there are a lot of case studies. You would find that these case studies are that we have conducted the training program of artificial intelligence and cybersecurity for the doctors. We have a ready-made course. Cybersecurity was done on the behest of the National Cybersecurity Coordinator, who is in the Prime Minister's office. We have developed it, and maybe with the AHA we can run such course if they wish to, for the knowledge that they should have. More data will come, then the more problems would come. And that is how it will be, that the cybersecurity is important from the health angle. So you find there are many, we have done it for the defense people, senior defense people, and this particular thing is one thing which all of us should have knowledge. And if you think of digital healthcare, e-health, and a big data available to you, and you find a lot of hackers, a lot of hacking, which find its way. And healthcare has lots of things like you will find from the ventilator to so many other things, that this particular can be really used by the people or misused by the people. So this is very, very important aspect. Last two, one is how it can be is for the use, and how it cannot be taken it for the how it can be misused. Next, please. Next, yeah. Now, if you see what is the digital and why it is disruptive, digital health has disrupted anything. If you really see now, you have a national digital health mission. It is very ambitious program. It's good. It should have happened much earlier, but not happened doesn't matter even now. They want to identify in the hospital. They want to identify the doctors, the service providers. This will take out the quacks from it. It will not happen overnight, obviously. In the United States of America, the two things are there. One is, if you write a prescription, even if you are a doctor, it will not be honored unless you are registered there, and the pharmacist computer shows your name, credentials, and your signature. Then only you can get your prescription can be honored. So if you would find that when Ghulam Nabi Azad was the health minister, he wanted to say chemists are doing everything and antibiotic resistance is increasing, and Western countries is forcing that India must put some legislation to control it. because today it takes 10 years to produce an antibiotic salt, and we have hardly three or four salts which are new salts. Most of the antibiotic, barring few of them, have already become resistant. And there was the hue and cry when he said, without prescription, you will not give any medicine to those, the number of the medicines which were described. And the chemists had their own way, and the common man will suffer. Here, I was surprised when I was in the US and some doctor commented, in India, the people carry the antibiotic in their tiffin box and they use it for their own purpose. So this is what are negative of ours, we not using it. And National Digital Health Mission and other things will disrupt the methodology it would. So when you, it is already many new interlinked technologies will come. We have advantage, we can leapfrog. What other countries have gone through, we don't have to. In fact, we are more mobile than the landlines. We have not gone through that everybody had landline, then you changed over to mobile. Landline is now has been, people have forgotten it, and it is directly they buy the mobile. So you would find that it is already disruptive method is there. Increase affordability. When you can reduce the cost of technology, because but through the smartphones, etc., and you would find the affordability has increased manifold. Focus is now shifted to the consumer. In our case, we say patient delight. You must do what patient feels delighted. Patient is delighted when he gets his blood report in the evening on his mobile or on his net. This is the patient delight, which was never thought earlier. You just give it, go there, collect the report next day, etc. So technology has made you really, if used properly, innovations have been taken into technology. Focus is shifted now to consumer. It is not an impactful technology which are really using it, that we are able to solve many problems through technology. Of course, don't forget that you have to think of cybersecurity, and artificial intelligence should aid you, not otherwise. So you would find now social media is using it, 3D printing is there, internet connectivity. Social media is a double-edged weapon. Lots of misinformation is also being sent. If it was really through the reliable sources, a proper information is really good. So you would find every positive aspect also has certain negative aspect. Next. Now, if you really very interesting study, we have increasingly adoption of innovative technology. 1 billion users have learned how to use telephone in 110 years. So time to reach 1 billion user has been half with each new technology. That is very interesting. Telephone, when people started using, 1 billion people, when they use it, took under 10 years. TV only took 50 years. It is just half the time. From the mobile, just 20 years. And internet, 15 years. The smartphone, 8 years. And messaging app, 2 years. So next 1 billion or lesser people will use any technology which will be much, much less than 5 years. So you can imagine initially, now here you really adopt yourself to second revolution, which I talked, or first revolution, and also talk about X generation, Y generation, Z, and relate them. You would find that today ATM is being used by many, many people who have very basic literacy. So that is how they have learned for their necessity, and they have compelled themselves, or they have learned these technologies for the benefit. ATM, smartphone, everybody now, even the your workers are having a smartphone. I mean, it is something which has been adopted. They've forgotten the landlines, and that is how the technology, and that's bringing innovation. So education has come. COVID has taught us many things. In fact, armed forces in Second World War has brought something called PERT, CPM, Program Evaluation Review Technique, and Critical Path Method. Similarly, now COVID has taught something online, many such things. It had disadvantage, it had death and disabilities, etc. We understand, but it also have Atmanirbhar, your innovations, your dependency, what was there. Now we are exporting what we were importing. Next, please. This is very interesting. Dr. Donovan in 1956, he is a public health expert. He's brought this model. Now everybody using it and they don't know the medical doctor, public health expert has brought this. We as a patient require output. I'm not interested how do you give me output. Input that may be sufficient or not sufficient. So total innovation, what is being done is in the processes, which makes the patient happy. Depend what all you have in input, what all the facilities you have, and you process. Telemedicine is one example of this. That teleconsultation, which was used abundantly for home isolation patient. So you would find process is the one where all of us should think the innovations can be done. You can't output is the fix that I want to be happy by getting this. Input is your resources are already fixed. The process you can play around. So that is what is the Dr. Donovan, which is brought this particular model. Next. Yeah, yeah. Now this is a Iris hospital in Kolkata. We took 8 to 9 months to produce this nursing network in the hospital and accordingly use it. And everything is written clearly. If you really enlarge it, you can read it yourself. In fact, the CEO was a doctor, was very IT savvy and very interested. So I was one of the advisor to that particular project. In my book, I have explained this into detail. So once you know what are the activity, your building was planned and constructed around those activities, and that became very optimized. It is the one hospital which has a control room where everything, every patient, everything, and day and night is manned by the people. And if somebody has missed a dose in the hospital of the drug, alert would reach the nursing superintendent or superintendent wherever you want. Inventory is controlled. So each tablet is counted, moment it is consumed or taken by the person. So there are 21 different modules based on this nursing network. Uh, and that is what is that you would find reorder level fixed and reorder level. Again, orders will go to the dealer whom you want to deal with. So it's very interesting and very good, optimized kind of a thing. Things will, if there is uh, your air conditioning to everything has been. In fact, the CEO at any given time can have a look at it at the control room and can say what is the diagnosis, when patient was seen, what are the things have been done, etc. And ultimately, discharge is the one where people take a lot of time. Here, discharge like a hotel is checked out in no time because it's updated. Every day you can see your bill, what is your bill, and when you are told that this is your amount and this is your bill, the person at your floor will, you can clear your bill, take the discharge, etc. And if you give the cash through pneumatic tube, the cash can travel and can reach there. It is really very interesting. In fact, a lot of foreigners, when I wrote something, came to see that how India could do and what India had done, and the methodology of a control room, ops room, control room, is the one which was really appreciated. So this is one thing you can say. Innovation has been done in the hospital planning, etc. Next, please. Uh, this is automated medication management system has been done. There are three things which are required. Where you write a prescription, it can be checked that what has been prescribed is, or if there is something, you can get an alert. And unnecessary things, the wastages, the lean was also initiated into it, and the waste, whatever was there, they were waste means something which are not required. You can see that was it really required, and you can do your audit. So there this particular method was. I said 21 module. This was one I just wanted to explain to you. Next. Yeah. Now, if you really see component of healthcare delivery, these are the component all of us know. Diagnostic. In COVID, you know that we have brought the RT-PCR to self-testing, to the test which were costing more than 1,000 only can be done by prescription. You can do self-testing. The kits have been done. So all the innovation in the diagnostics were done. Devices. Many things which we were importing it, we are started exporting in devices. Pharma, that the vaccine is one example where we can think of, where uh, innovation, frugal innovation was forced out of necessity, and people really took a challenge and did it. A lot of good things has happened. Processes, how it can be really can be improved, those were taken. So here, if you find, if somebody wants to put in an idea, and everywhere you can have costs can be really optimized and quality to be maintained, and the innovative method can be used for any of this. Information, even in this COVID, we had some information which really came. Vaccine was the one app which one has can think of information. Of course, how many died, that information was lacking because that was not monitored through the method for the best known thing. Hospitals, public health, home healthcare, that is isolation in home, all that your innovation and technology to optimize cost of healthcare delivery can be done. So those who are looking for, they are already many innovations have been done and many more required to be done. And a younger lot are having an ideation, and I've seen it in a hackathon where all IIT, IIM, more than 10,000 team, etc., had participated, where Prime Minister also was there for an hour in the air. So we found they brought a lot of good solutions for incubate it, and then government was ready to fund them, and they got a huge hefty prize for all that. Many youngsters who do this startup, they exit themselves and then go for second startup and make money out of the exiting from that startup. So this is another methodology people are using it. Next, please. Yeah, this I have taken from McKinsey, that there are 12 technology which can help India leapfrog, and this is very self-explanatory. Digitalizing life and work, mobile internet, we all know, and that is how the government is very keen the optic fiber to reach right at the last mile, and that is what it is, where I have already given you the 10% broadband increase can give you 1.63% or so GDP will increase. So you would find the mobile internet is the one which is really, a government is really doing it. Cloud technology, automation of a knowledge work, use the knowledge superhighways are being created, digital payment, all of you know that, the digital payments in various methods, verifiable digital identity, which is what has happening nowadays. You make your video, show your Aadhaar card, have code, and then it can be done. You don't have to. For those who are pensioners, life certificate can be given for sitting at home. This is all, and we have started using it. There's a leadership in the country level really has encouraged and doing it, and when we adopt it, what is that is what the mostly developed countries have done, and we will be one soon. Smart physical systems, the Internet of Things, IoTs. I'm sure you must be knowing about IoTs. I am not going to detail, but IoTs is the one which is old buzzword again. Intelligent transportation and distribution, advanced GIS, next generation genomics, and that is what a lot of work is now going on. And energy comes to age, renewable energy. That's why solar energy is the one which air energy, solar energy, all the battery cars, etc., is the one. I'm glad we are in the right direction, and we are the one which would be achieving it soon. Next. This is last mile. That is not only the innovations have also happened in the primary healthcare. I'll not go into much detail. Tamil Nadu has got very good for the government drug supply to the government hospital and everything. And similarly, screening and testing, which have been really, this is again from the McKinsey, this particular slide. So you would find that for last primary healthcare, this is the one which has also been thought and been done. Sikkim had brought a method, program called Catch. They decided, of course, I was called there and I went there. There are some issues which we have advised, and they have adopted some of them. They wanted all the whole population. They've got about 2 districts, so the whole population to be medically checked up, and those who find to be treated. I told them, don't do any survey and diagnosis if you can't treat. The Sikkim does not have their own medical college, but the Manipal has. I say you tie up with them. You should have an answer. You can't say you have a cancer. Now get yourself treated. That's a very very bad example. So you tell them that we have go to the medical college next door. They will do something like this. So they have this particular thing, and you would find that primary healthcare and public health, two of the things which are really lacking, which has known during COVID also, that need to be strengthened. Some of the states are doing it, and technology is the one which would be the answer. Next, please. Next. Next slide. I've got two more, I suppose. That's all.
Shivin, just move the next slide, please.
Actually, I had some problem, so that's why I thought organizers can do slightly better. I was not able to. Anyway, now I've got two of these sort of slides. Now, if you really say the internet age provides, what does it provide? You have an idea during breakfast, you have online CAD system, you have 3D printer, and you have crowdfunding, and supercomputer can do all this, and they will do it by lunchtime. You before leave your table, from ideation to funding, everything is done. That's what the beauty of the internet age is. And that is what. Next slide, please. I would uh, where do we want to go from here? Our future state will be that whatever the healthcare we want to provide, this is a quality model. This is not mine. I'm taking it from somewhere. Uh, this is one model which you can read and can see they are all linkages. The care, what we have to provide, which is safe, effective, patient centered, timely, efficient, and economic. Effective and efficient, please, ISO describes these two terminology. Effective means that uh, the efficient and effective, efficient means if you do something at the least cost, there are three things which by which you can three method by which you can do something which is less costly, yet you achieve the same, that is efficient. Effective, hospital infection rate from 18% you have brought it to 12%, that is effective method, or you brought it to 8%. And efficient is that whatever different methodology what you have used by autoclave or etc., they are the one least expensive. So this is what our future vision is. Next, please, last slide. I'm very impressed with this slide. Uh, this is the Alexander Blast. Though we are 46th in the index of innovation, but this is what is the people think of us. It is no secret that many of the world's top innovators come from India, because now there are no innovation happen in US. They are Indians who have done it. So naturally, India doesn't get credit to it. Within the past few decades, India has embarked upon an incredible transformation from agrarian-based society to a knowledge-based economy. Along with the population growth came survival instinct and the need to be different, better, and unique. Frugal innovation, which comes here. One can see innovation everywhere in India, whether in large game-changing innovation that garner lots of publicity or in less, obviously yet important incremental fashion. Alexander Blass, CEO of Innovation Institute of America and winner of Top Innovator of the Year award. Even there were a lot of that lady who in abroad who produced the sanitary pad for the least cost through the banana fiber, etc. The IIT and other person who got the national award, and I have talked about there's some film also which has come on that. So there are many such innovations which people are doing it, and let's hope for the best that you would do it from us. And my idea still remain three at the end, which I got it during this, that AHA can think of making innovators incubator. Uh, we would do it with the AHA. I'll push the things, whatever I know here and there. Second, some of the newer training program, they've already started something for medical superintendent, and that's very good. You can think of ready-made training program already approved by the government. Artificial intelligence and cyber security can also be done along with the AHA. The idea is to share the knowledge. I'm thankful for your time. 5 o'clock, I was told to close, so I've done it. And anybody who want to write to me or something, these are my contacts. And my books are already lying. Two of them. Third one is under publication. They are lying already with the Library of HA. Thank you very much, Dr. Yashpal and General Jagtar. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for giving us a very comprehensive insight into this very current and a very, significant topic, that is innovations in healthcare management. I can only say that only you could have done it in the manner that you have done, and your 40 years of experience in the armed forces, medical services, and your phenomenal work after that in the civil sector that you have done in these varied fields and different fields, could have resulted in a kind of an insight that you have given us today. Um, uh, you have very clearly defined for us what innovation is, and how it is different from all the other terms that are in use very, very frequently. You have given us the dimensions of innovations. You have very clearly outlined the various technologies which are there in healthcare, which can be utilized for innovative approach to its delivery. You have in no uncertain terms underlined the importance of the digital healthcare in as we move forward to deliver a more efficient and an effective healthcare to our people and to our consumers. You have also very clearly defined the roadmap for us of how we should go ahead into sort of leveraging all the advantages that we have as a nation, as a industry, and as a specialty per se of hospital administration, where we can look for these ideas, we can look for these steps, where we can sort of make a quantum jump in the way we deliver healthcare. Thank you so much, sir. And you have underlined that very important fact that ultimately, whatever we do as far as healthcare is concerned, two things remain very, very important, and that is the cost and the quality of healthcare. And how do you harness innovation along with technology to achieve this, and as you have very rightly said, optimize these two things? Thank you, sir. You have ended on a great note of optimism for the young band of innovators that you have sort of hinted at, the Generation Z, which is doing great work, and the other classical work which is going on under your guidance at various places through your organization. Uh, Thank you so much, sir, for this wonderful talk. And I can only say in the end that you are yourself an epitome of innovation. You have, discovered and rediscovered areas in healthcare which, one couldn't have imagined. Thank you so much. Now, what I would do is I would open the house for any observations, any comments, any queries to Surgeon Rear Admiral VK Singh. I hope that is okay, sir. If we
I'm
can.
okay. I'm okay. Even later, my mail is there, my telephone number. I will be too happy to assist.
Thank you so much, sir. Any of the senior members? I think I saw Colonel Basu on the thing. Is he there? I don't see him. General Parik, would you like to come on?
Yeah, Jagtar, I think it was a very wonderful talk. As usual, General VK sir has given, and everybody is immensely benefited. And he has touched on all issues which you have also covered. And his contribution in the hospital and health administration is well known to us, and we all have learned under his umbrella. So great things, sir. Very good day. And
Thank you, Jagtar and General Parik.
Anyone else? Dr. Satyashankar? Would any of the younger members of our fraternity like to come on? Please, this is a chance for you to, pick the brains of Admiral VK Singh.
I would prefer have some project because I have been jury and assessor in many places. DBT, DST, and so many organizations have enough money, but no taker. So, because either they are not aware, or if they are aware, they are hesitant, or they feel it is not. And there are people who are younger lot, teenagers, others are doing it. Why hospital administration fraternity cannot do it? A younger lot should be able to do it. And whatever little help and push we can do that. I will also mention, I'll pass it on if you want. We have put it on YouTube. DBT, from DBT, we requested somebody came, made slide presentation. He says, we want just 2 pages, not thesis, to give you lakhs and lakhs rupees on your idea. If that idea become incubated and success, then to scale up you have another bout of money. So if the money is there and either awareness is not there, or he says he just want to, and will help you, he says, before applications called for or submitted. After that we can do nothing. Thank you.
Yeah, I did see somebody else coming. Dr. Rupam, would you like to say? I saw you coming on. Yeah,
Uh, good evening, all of you, sir. It was a wonderful presentation. We really gained from it, Dr. Singh, sir. Sir, I'd just like to, I look forward to, getting your books for my medical college library here. And I look forward to including this innovation in healthcare for the foundation course, one of the lectures we can add for our medical students. Because, sir, you will agree that it is the medical colleges, which have to be the incubators of innovation also. So we have to plant this innovation seed into the childs of the budding doctors also, sir. So I shall carry it forward, sir, and we plan to include this innovation in healthcare as one session in our foundation course, which recently the NMC has mandated every medical college to include in the course, sir. So it was a wonderful presentation, sir. Thank you very, very much, Singh, sir.
Thank you. My email ID and telephone
Sir.
number, I think, is there in my last slide,
Sir,
which is already with the AHA. You can read it and get it. Anything I can do, no problem at all.
thank you so much,
We
sir.
will do our best, whatever we can.
Thank you, sir.
okay.
Thank you.
Thank you,
You are
Dr.
from which college?
Sir, this is CU Shah Medical College. It is near Ahmedabad, sir. Surendra Nagar, near Ahmedabad in Gujarat, sir.
No, I know, yeah. I have been to IIM Ahmedabad number
Yes,
of
sir.
times.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Gupta has been there
Sir.
to deliver something
Yes,
or
sir.
other.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Right. Dr. Johar?
Yes, sir. I think it was nice listening to you, sir, and it was a good opportunity to connect with you again. Sir, I just wanted to get your feel about the present government's digital mission. How is it going to go forward? What are your expectations, and what are the challenges that we can expect?
Well, the whole idea conceived very well. It is on execution table. I had met a national authority on that, health authority. Dr. Meena, the one. Second one is one IPS officer. He's a doctor. He's the deputy chairman of that mission. He's from Gujarat cadre. That's important. So he's the one. And first one is Mr. Gupta, who was in Telecom Regulatory Authority. Well, I think it's a very huge and mammoth task. It started off, so it will not close, I suppose, whichever government may be, and it will definitely. My assessment is that it will take, because the amount of data which they have to generate, all doctors have to be registered, all hospitals have to be registered, and etc. So I think it will take whatever one may think, and optic fiber has to be there for primary healthcare. 10 years, I suppose it will take. But anyway, good beginning, though late. That's my assessment. It could be. And some people even have said the change of minister was because the optic fiber did not go as it should have gone in that time frame, etc. So the prime minister is really putting a pressure on impetus, and Ministry of Health is the one which is the nodal agency. Okay. It will not go as fast as Noida airport is. Don't worry, because it is not likely to lot of effort and less catching of votes.
Okay. Any other younger colleague who would like to come on? So before I go on to the vote of thanks, any comment from your side, Dr. Yashpal, that you would like to say?
Yeah, I would like to, thanks once again to Dr. V.K. Singh. It was very comprehensive and excellent presentation, eye opener for all of us. You have already deliberated in detail of what he has said, and I'm sure that the participants have been benefited to a great extent. Thank you very much, sir. We expect a lot of such more talks from your side in the coming days, and I wish good luck and good health to you and all the members who are present in today's seminar. Thank you very much. Over to you, Dr. Akhtar.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. And your, the offers to us, sir, at AHA regarding the various, initiatives or the various projects or various programs that we could take, we will definitely consider them, and we will definitely like to come back to you on those so that we can work together. With these words, I would like to, from my side at least, thank all the participants and thank Surgeon Rear Admiral V.K. Singh, sir, for having once again, reminded us of the importance of, always trying to find newer, better, and innovative ways to deliver healthcare as hospital administrators. So, very much thanks, sir. You were always a guru and will remain a guru. Thank you so much. And
Thank you, Jagtar. You have been part of all hackathons and all which
thank you,
we
sir.
have conducted.
Thank
Do
you.
it one for AHA, I suppose.
We will do that, sir. We'll do
Yeah,
that.
it's for the benefit of the members or something. Maybe we will talk. Sachin is coming on 11th of
Sir.
December from
Sir.
Norway.
Sir.
He is my technology person. That is the time you, me, Yashpal can
Yes,
do
sir.
something. Can we create some incubation of such ideas?
Yeah.
Government is too willing to really give the funds.
We'll do that, sir.
Thank you.
And now I'll hand over to Dr. Anil Gomes for the final word of thanks before we end this seminar. Over to you, Dr. Gomes.
So again, good evening, and we had excellent discussions and presentations from Sir. Really, it was very enriching, and we must make every effort to encourage medical students to take an active interest in innovation. I think, as mentioned here, we should introduce this to them during the foundation stage. It should be part of the orientation class. I think we are yet to utilize the funds that are being made available simply because there is no enough awareness. Sir, once again, I want to thank you on behalf of the Academy, BOE, and the members. Thank you, sir, for agreeing and delivering this lecture. We remain grateful to you. I also thank moderator, Dr. Jagtar, for conducting this session in a very nice and made it very interesting. And I thank Dr. Yashpalji for joining the session and the office staff at AHA. I wish you all a happy weekend, and probably this is one more webinar will be remaining from this year, and we look forward to all of you to join us at SAS 2021. Thank you once and all.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.